Hey everybody, I'm Dieter Bohn here at Google's hardware event, holding, as you can see, the all-new Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. So there's a lot to talk about these devices. I'm just going to start with the price. This one starts at $799 for 64 gigs of storage. It's an extra $100 to double that, and then this is $100 more, so it starts at $899, and then an extra $100 to double the storage on this one as well. In terms of design, they feel pretty much identical to the last one. So this is my Pixel 2 XL, and you can see they're pretty much identical in size. The difference, of course, is that this has that big old notch on the front. And as I was expecting, as I was hoping, the notch actually doesn't look that bad in person. It looks way better in person than it does in photos, but it is still a gigantic notch. Now, in terms of specs, they are exactly what we expected. So we are looking at a Snapdragon 845 processor, 4 gigs of RAM on both models, and a 12.2 megapixel camera on the back, which has an f1.8 aperture on it. On the front, you have two lenses. They're both 8 megapixels. One of them is f1.8, and it has a 75-degree field of view. The wide is a 97-degree field of view, and the wide mode is one of the first features we want to talk about here. So what you do here is you're just looking at a regular selfie, but then you can slide it out to get more, or slide it into zoom. So it's a nice wide-angle selfie camera. But really the story here is they've added a ton of just other features on it. So there's Dan Seifert over there. I can zoom in on him. And Google says that they have a better zoom feature that's using the same technology that astronomers use to fix zoom. We will have to really see if this is any good, because digital zoom is traditionally bad, but Google's talking big game about it. So another feature they've talked about is Top Shot, which is supposed to pick the best photo if you are not smiling in a photo. So I'm going to take a picture here and blink and whatever. So there I took a photo, and if we tap into the photo, you can see it's blinking, and it says pick a better shot here. So I can tap that, and so it slides over to what it thinks is a better shot. I don't know if that's a better shot or not, but there's a bunch of stuff here, so you can just go through to the best one. Obviously the best one is where I look like a goon, and then it will just save a copy of that shot in addition to the original shot. The other thing they've done is they've added a whole bunch of new AR stickers. They've called it Playground. So we can go to Playground here. There's Nilay, there's Dan. I'll tap here, and we'll just throw Iron Man in the frame. He's just super in their way, but I'll slide him over there. Now he's out of their way. So there's those guys. There's Iron Man. He's just chilling, doing his Iron Man thing. It will also work in selfie mode, so I can take a selfie here, and I can have Iron Man just, there he is. Just creeping on me. He's a creeper. Another feature they talked about is night shot, or night mode, or night something. It's able to do really incredible low light photography that brightens up the entire scene, so much so that it doesn't even look real. So we're really excited to give that a shot. I have taken just a couple of photos of this. We haven't had it for very long, but it does seem like a very fast camera. It seems like a very good camera, and it was able to pull off portrait mode with some backlighting on that portrait mode, and it looks pretty good. So really excited to try these cameras out more. Now, maybe the most whiz-bang new feature they showed is call screening. So if a call comes in, you'll see here there's a new option for screen call. When I tap it, it shows some text here. So the person you're calling is using a screening service. And on the other end, this sounds like a pretty regular conversation because it's using Google's duplex technology. So I'm just going to speak to this person, and it's going to hopefully auto-transcribe what I'm saying. And there. Well, it's pretty loud in here. And you can see now, it is auto-transcribing what I'm saying, and then on this end, I can just reply, yes, it's super urgent. Please, please, please transcribe this call. So that's call transcription. It's pretty wild. It also happens completely locally, so that nothing gets sent to Google servers. It's happening directly on the phone. Going back to the design a little bit, it is a glass back, and that allows for wireless charging. And when it's on a wireless charger, it's going to have a bunch of special features on the screen. So it will wake you up slowly by brightening the screen before the alarm goes off. It'll show you stuff that you can see from across the room. In order to do that, they did have to make it a glass back, but they've maintained a matte finish. So it's a single piece of glass here, but the top is glossy, and then they sort of, sanded this side down here. Fingerprint sensor, of course, is still on the back, and it feels a little bit less recessed than before, but it's still, you know, it's a fingerprint sensor. It works fine. Now, since the back is glass and of course the front is glass, it is Gorilla Glass 5, and so I'm hopeful that it won't be too shatter prone, but we'll see. There is, of course, no headphone jack to speak of. There is USB-C for charging, and it can do fast charging as well. Overall, I'm happy with the designs that I expected. I'm probably tempted to get the smaller one because it does have a bigger screen than the last Pixel because they made the bezel smaller, and I'm not offended by the notch, but I think it's time for me to go to a small phone. I'll be interested to see what more people want to get. So both of these phones are available for pre-order right away, and in the US they're going to be exclusive to Verizon, but of course you can go ahead to Google and get them unlocked. We're going to have much more about these phones in the coming days and weeks, so keep it locked to The Verge. Thanks so much for watching.